Well, welcome friends to Susan Can Create Christmas holiday decor video. I'm so excited. This is my absolute favorite time of the year. I love this holiday because there's a lot of decoration and planning and everything that goes into it, which is all the part that I absolutely love. This video today will be longer than the others because instead of shooting it in different segments, I put all the Christmas decor on this one video. I am also dressed up. You can see my fascinator here and then I have my elf outfit on. I've got Christmas tree earrings. I am ready to go. Today you'll be seeing the dining room and the entry, but again, it'll be combined into one video. You know, I love the holidays, and Christmas is the ultimate decorating opportunity for those of us who love to decorate. Today I'm going to have two different trees, one in the entry, one in the dining room. Every year I change colors and themes of the room. The whole room is done in one color, so I decide on what color I'm going with the year, and then I back into the decorating that way. This year I was feeling pretty nostalgic. So I decided I wanted to use my mother's china that she gave me when she passed. It is her wedding china. It's from England. It's that blue willow, I think is what it's called. But I really love it, and we used it every year when she was alive, and my father, and to celebrate Christmas. So I just wanted to be able to do that this year. I'm going to go ahead and I am going to demonstrate the table settings and also the napkin folding, and I'll do that I'll get set up here in just a second, and I'll do that in this part for you. Okay, here is the place setting. We'll go through that. I'm using just a white napkin as a background just because it's on white tablecloth in there. The first thing that I put down, and I've got these gold looking vinyl placemats. I got two different types. I really like them. They're heavy duty. I got them online, I think through Amazon, and they're just lovely. I mean, they really work out nice. Let me see if I can move that up just a tad for you. Okay, the next thing I put down were these white plates. These are my white chargers with a beaded edge. I've used them before, and I will use them again. They make a great neutral background, and I wanted white and blue and gold. So there's that. Now this is my mother's wedding china. It is called Old Britain Castles. It's the Johnson Brothers England china. And here it is. And let me roll. I jingle. You hear me? I'm jingling. Okay, let's see if I can get it up. If you could. But anyway, this is it. And I place that next. Okay. Then I am going to do the napkin. Let me do that right after. Let me finish this place setting. Okay, the place setting. Next go the fork, the large fork, the salad fork. Okay, then the knife. And remember the knife, the blade goes in. The spoon. And I can't use my finger to demonstrate this because it's too far off on the counter. So that is the setting. I also have these small bowls, same china, and put one right there. And then I'm going to use these wine glasses. They're large wine glasses. I will put one up there. Let me move this up for you a little bit. Okay, there it is. You can see it now. Okay, and then I also have these blue glasses, or these water glasses, and they have a blue stripe in it, so it adds that little touch of color. And I'm using that with this. Okay, so that's the place setting. That is the whole place setting that you're going to see in there. Okay, now let's get the napkin going for in there. I used a design this time. It's kind of looks like the fleur de lis, if you know what that is. But it's quite pretty for an elegant dinner party. You fold the napkin in half, and then I usually put my finger halfway and I pull one side down. Then I pull the other side down. Just like that. And then you take the end here, fold it up, take this end, fold it up. Okay, and then I kind of shift it like that. Okay, so then this comes down like this. This gets folded over, same side. And then what happens is you start crunching. You crunch these guys up here at the end. Crunch them up. Okay. So you've got those together. And then the napkin ring slides in over that. And you pull it up. And that's basically what it looks like now. You go through and you kind of fluff this out. Fluff this out a little bit. And then fluff this in the middle. Okay, and that's what it'll look like. You really do need to use a heavier material. This is real borderline, but I wanted to use these in my decor this time because I like the gold trim on them. But it needs to be just a little bit stiffer, would help. And it would make it easier for you to manipulate these. Now, I'm going to put these on over, let me just see if I can turn this. I know it's at an angle, but I don't want to really move the camera right now. So that's where that went. So you have a full setting with the napkin. You know, during the video, I have tried to show you the steps I go through while decorating my trees. I don't know what happened, but a couple of the videos of the empty trees were really blurry, and I don't exactly understand that yet. But I'm hoping I can, you know, I got enough to give you the flavor of what the blank tree looked like. Each of these trees, the textures are so different. They're different types of trees. These are artificial trees. So the decorating needs to be done in a different way. So I would like to give a shout out and a thanks to my three of my grandchildren. First of all, my granddaughter Ava. All three of them came out to help me. And they're also, I hope, learning something about, you know, how to do their own decorating someday. And I'm very proud of Ava because she helped me with the blue tree, which is the most difficult tree. It's the big tree. And she learned placement of ornaments and technique. And I was very excited to see that she has an artistic eye. So that helped me quite a bit. My grandson Corbin helped me with the red tree, and he is a master at untangling things. You know, your Christmas stuff gets tangled. Your garlands, some of the lights, the mini lights, the different things, they get so tangled up. I don't know what happens to them, but they get tangled up when they're in storage. And he is a master at detangling and also fluffing. And as we all know, that when you put your tree away, if you have an artificial tree, if you put it away, it gets condensed again. So each branch has to be kind of fluffed out. All your wreaths need to be kind of fluffed out. All of that. And he was such a help with that. And then my little grandson, he came out and he baked cake. And he did an excellent job. He made a Christmas cake, what he wanted to. Well, actually, he called it a Thanksgiving cake. It was a Thanksgiving cake. He wanted those colors. And so, because we were supposed to do it before Thanksgiving, but we just didn't get to it. So he made the cake and he fed us. So it was a great day all the way around. Make sure, please, if you would like to follow me on this channel, please subscribe below. And there is no charge, there's no commitment to it. It just is I think it notifies you when my next video is out. And it also helps me with the channel, because YouTube has different criteria that you need to use to meet their algorithm in order to, you know, stay into, so people can find you on YouTube. And also, if you like the video, please press the like button. That they count all that kind of stuff. All that data goes into YouTube, and they count that and rate your channel. And that really helps me. I'm trying really hard, and you know, it takes a lot to build these channels, so I appreciate your help. And remember to send me your pet videos. I can only use the pictures that don't have humans in them. They're just the pets. But stay tuned to at the end of the video. It'll tell you where to send them. So I really appreciate that. Now, if you would please join me on a journey into my Christmas wonderland. Thank you. All right, so over here, I've got some of the decorations, as you can see here. Some of the decorations. Okay, that's not all of them, but that's my starting point. Okay, so again, here's the tree. And again, as I do a section, I will stop and I will film it for you so you can kind of see it in phases what I'm doing. I'm going to have some helpers today. My granddaughter Ava, my grandson Corvin, and my other grandson Draven will be helping. The older kids will be up. They can do the ladder work. Grandma gets to just point with the laser pointer where to put the ornaments. There are some privileges with getting old, not a lot, but that's one of them. Okay, here's the first layer. You start your tree from the inside out. You always put your larger ornaments in the holes that are back by the tree trunk, and then you move your way out with varying sizes. But here we go. You can see there's a big let's see, pine cone back in there in that hole, and some ornaments. Here's some more. You can see them way inside. But that's what you do when you want your tree to look full and fill in all the holes. You use these big ornaments to fill those gaps. Now we'll be coming out on the next layer about halfway down the branch with the next size, the in-between size between the very large and the small ones. The small ones go out on the end of the tree limbs. Okay, here's the next stage. Most of the bulbs are on here now. We went from the center out to the edges, and you can just see I use a mixture of all kinds of different, just not round ornaments, but you know, hand-blown glass like that one. And there's many different types of ornaments on here. The next phase after this will be the textural phase, which are the florals that I put in, different picks of different kinds, different florals themselves, and also the topper. I have to make the topper up yet and get that up there. I don't make it up until I can get up there and put it together. My beautiful granddaughter helped me put this all together, but now I'm on my own, and I'm going to have to try to get there, or get my husband to go up on the real tall ladder, because it takes the 9-foot ladder to get up there and do that. But we'll get her done. Just to show you the rest of these. See inside the tree too, you can see the bulbs that are inside the tree limbs near the post. I'm not going to go all the way around. I will at the final, but I just wanted to give you an idea of what it looked like now before I start with the florals. Okay, let's look at the dining room. And I've got it set up. We have 8 people coming, and so I've got it set up for a party of 8. I have on this wall underneath the sconce, there's a sconce, I have a wreath on the wall. And I just have basic wreaths. This one is frosted, and then I add what I want to them. I don't buy them already done, because then I can use the same wreath for many, many different rooms. And if you've bought wreaths, you know that they're expensive. So I just add my touch to whatever color scheme I have in that room at the time. Underneath it is my wine rack, and all I did with that is throw a garland over it, basically, to make it a little bit more festive. Okay, on the table next to them, I've got two Norfolk pines that I've just repotted recently, and I have those in here, each side of the table. This little round table is the one that was in the entryway that needed to be moved because of the Christmas tree, the red one. And so I rearranged things and put it in here, and I really like it in here. But on top of that, I have a gold Santa, and this gold Santa has a nice tall wooden tree behind him. What I did is I went and I purchased these round little placemats, and they're white, but they're really textured, and so they went really well with this. I got them at Hobby Lobby, I mean, for 60% off. It was a great deal. And anyway, help ground everything without having to bring in a bunch of boxes and different things to put height with them. And I have two white reindeer over there, and with a gold tree behind them. This whole room is blue, basically blue, gold, white, and silver, with blue being the predominant color. All of these Santas I've collected Santas for years, so I have several Santas. Okay, this is the tree in the dining room. This is my main Christmas tree. It is a frosted tree. It is absolutely beautiful. All my trees are 9 foot tall. And I've had it for 20 years. It has held up wonderfully well. And even with the frosting, you'd think, sometimes, and I lose stuff off of it all the time, the little frosting stuff. And so anyway, it is my favorite tree to decorate because it is a difficult tree to decorate just because it's got a lot of deep holes in it. That you can see it's that type of tree. I mean, there's room between all the branches, but as I talked about in the when I was putting it together, you got to see how I put it together. And I have ways of making that, utilizing that to the best of my ability, and I just absolutely adore this tree. It always comes out, it's just stunning. So here it is. This is blue, like I said, blue, white, gold, and some silver in it. And again, if you can see down here at the bottom, all the bottom branches, I managed to put things on there. That thing at the, the little presents and the pine cone and stuff, that's a pick. And I got that, at Hobby Lobby. But then I got some beautiful blue poinsettias. So each one of those bottom branches has two things on it. And it makes it so it just stands out, and it's just gorgeous. These are some beautiful picks that I ordered. I think I don't know. Again, my 3 standards are Blossom Hill, Front Gate, and Grandin Road. One of those had them, but they were absolutely gorgeous. They're big white poinsettias, and they have gold leaf on them and the dark blue centers, and they just work really, really well on this tree. Okay, you can see all the different things. Again, I use lots of different shapes of ornaments. Most of them are glass. I use all kinds of textures in this, and I'm just going to go straight up so you can see. Okay, here it is. Get it back a little bit. Maybe you can see it a little better. Okay, so we'll keep going up to the top. all of these things. I mean, I'll show you closer. And then at the very top, I use those same white and gold picks. I made a tree topper out of that with some very dark blue leaf stems that I put out there. They almost look like feathers. What I was going for is, you know, something when you see those ladies that used to wear the feathered shoulder stuff, and they've got pretty hats on and all of that. That's kind of what I was going for on this tree. It's not really Victorian, but it has some flavors of some Victorian in there. I don't really go necessarily for a theme as much as I do color. The colors all have to blend. So I could have things, different ornaments on there and various things. I don't go too far out of it, but I love those ornaments right there. The white one, it's got like an embroidery on it. It's glass. Let me see the other ones over here, if I can get it right there. They are just so delicate and so beautiful. That's why they're up high, and they're gorgeous. I see I've got one down at the bottom. Well, we may have to move that one just to be sure. Okay. And then we'll swing on over and we'll take a look at the fireplace. Up top, I've got a blue and gold Santa on this side of the fireplace. See if I can get it in, okay. In the middle, I have a blue swag. It's a lighted blue swag, and I really, really liked it. This one I did not make. I did not do anything to it. I bought it as it was because it had everything I wanted in there. And then there's a blue and white angel on that side. Down below this Santa, let's see if we can, down below, now there is a sleigh basket. Okay, it's a sleigh basket. In it, I have put, the center is an owl. Like I said, you usually find an owl somewhere in my decor. And then I got all those blue picks at Hobby Lobby, and it's got blue picks. It's got some tan flowers. It has a big white poinsettia in the front. I just kept adding things till I got it where I wanted it. And I've used this basket, the basket itself, I redesign and put things in it. Usually that shows up somewhere. I just love the basket, the little sleigh bell or sleigh basket. Next to that, I have another Santa. It's a gold Santa, and it has little hints of green in it, but it's gold. And I put two blue candles on either side of it on silver candle stands. I have put a wooden Christmas tree is there next to two deer. One deer is lighted, the other one is stuffed with pine cones. And then I have a white vase. You will see that in some of my other videos also, but it's white. It has a gray veining type of thing. I love it. It's ceramic. And it's pretty tall, and in that I put these large leaves. They're just covered in glitter. My house will have glitter until probably July, but anyway, I'll be still getting glitter out of things. But anyway, they're real big fanned out, and I just love them. They're really nice for this. And above that is the angel, the blue and white angel. Down below, let's see if I can get it from this angle, but down below there is a basket of white poinsettias sitting there. And then in the table in the corner, I have on another one of those white mats, I have a woodland deer, which I dearly love. It's one of my favorites. And a little deer that I got this year. It's a little wooden deer. And there's 2 lighted Christmas tree candles and a big pine cone sitting in the back of the white tree. Coming around on the plant stand, I have a green Santa. This green Santa is my absolute favorite Santa. It may be because it was my very first, and I just absolutely love that Santa. Okay, on this side of the room, I used a tall black planter, and on that top of that planter, I put some snow, and in the center, I used a very, very sparkly silver glitter vase that I got, and in that, I put these beautiful stems. They're like fir branches, and they are just gorgeous color. And I put those in there, and then I surrounded it with pine cones, all different variety of pine cones and potpourri and various things. So it made a nice little area. Again, I'll just show you these. These stems are just gorgeous. Okay, here's the table. The table, I used a white linen tablecloth and used a dark navy runner down the center. The place setting I showed you in the intro, how to put that together, but it just came out just stunning. I also, in the center, as the center pieces, I used 5 in various sizes of white candle holders, and I topped each one. Let's see if you can see it a little better. I topped each one with a it's like a crystal candle ring, and then I have a navy blue candle in the middle of it. Then down below, I've used a velvet floral. It is a poinsettia, I guess, flower. And in that, I set them, because I just cut the stems off, and I used these little glasses. Let me see if I can let you see these little glasses. Oh, let's see if I can do it. Okay. These little glasses are just beautiful. They're very delicate. They came from, actually my father. My father brought them back from France during the war from my mother. And they are just gorgeous. And I don't get to use them near enough. And they looked really nice. You can just see the little stands, the little amber stands of them peeking out underneath the florals. But they were absolutely the right height that I needed. So you can use anything. You can use anything. Don't close yourself off and think you have to buy certain, floral vases or whatever. I use a lot of other things that, that's not the purpose these glasses have. But I love having them on my table, and they make great little stands for these flowers. Very elegant. Okay, so let's look up at these. This is the tall one in the middle, and then they go down to the shorter ones, on the ends, as you can see there. And then this is the other one next to it. So it makes a very lovely table, and they are nice and high, so you can look at each other across the table. They don't have to be taken off, because this is a plated dinner, so there won't be things that need to set down on the table. This is just the way, this is just a very, very nice, elegant center, or table setting. Let's see if you can, I'm trying something new. I'm trying the camera way up high on the tripod to see if I can get a good overall shot of the Christmas tablescape. This is such a learning process, folks, let me tell you. So anyway, yeah, that worked, I think. I think that worked okay. Got a nice shot of the whole table and from high up. Now let's see. Okay, let's see with this camera up high if we can get a good picture of the tree also. So there's the topper. Again, it was those pics of the poinsettia flower and the leaves, and then the blue feathers around the bottom. Well, leaves, but I call them feathers. Okay, and then the tree. And you can see maybe some of the more of the detail of what's there. No matter where anybody sits, you know, except for right behind the tree, but that's decorated also. But if they're in the room, I want people to find it interesting. Wherever they look, there's something new to look at on the tree. That's important to me, that it's just not all the same. It has character, it has texture, and it has beauty. Okay, the last thing we're gonna look at here is the apothecary. And the apothecary on top is done in mostly whites. And I have some artificial trees that have a little frosting on them and a little snow, and then an angel in the middle. And then as we move down, we've got a reindeer that is, well, sort of sitting, kneeling, and then another large tree next to it. And then for added light, because there is no light on any of these, I ran a string of the, mini lights along in there. But it really is a very nice look to it. All right, and here's the second tree that I'm going to be doing today, or for these videos, and for Christmas this year. Next year I'll have more trees and a different decor to them. But this is another 9-foot tree, and it's in the entry. And again, I will be stopping and showing you different phases of what I'm doing with this tree. And this is on the red tree. With the red tree, I've started with some very large ornaments. The red tree, you can't go back as far. It's fuller. It doesn't have those holes and gaps. But the important thing is to find a space that the ornament can hang freely. You don't want the ornament to be touching another branch or sitting on the branch. It needs to be able to be free. Okay, here's the next phase of the red tree. And we have nothing up top yet. That'll be the floral at the top. But we've got the ornaments on, and I'm just about to start with the florals and the other kind of picks, the textures. I absolutely love texture, if you haven't figured that out yet. And I will put a lot of texture on these trees. Okay, let's look at the Christmas tree that I have in this room. This is the Christmas tree again, is all in red and white. At the very top, for the topper, I used some red felt branches with some sparkle on them, some white feathers, and then some silver branches up on top for my topper. Then, as you can see, I use a mixture of bulbs, ornaments. There aren't, there usually isn't more than 3 on a tree that are alike. I really like to collect these all year round wherever I see them, especially the handmade ones. You can get some handmade ones on Etsy, although this is the first year I've ordered a couple for next year's tree. Actually, I've already been working on next year's trees. These I've gotten just everywhere, you name it. Balsam Hill, Grandin Road, Front Gate, any of the craft shows that I see. I've got some on the tree that's in the dining room that came from Disney World. Disney World and Disneyland actually have a really nice Christmas store, and they've got all glass hand-blown ornaments in there, and they will ship them for you to your house. So I've gotten some there. I just get them wherever we can go. I got some at the Bellagio Hotel in Las Vegas with their Christmas time. They too have a really nice Christmas shop, and they will ship them also. But I use all kinds of textures on my trees. I mean, I've got butterflies and birds and poinsettias that are in there, all types of different variety of things, because I like a lot of different textures. I like a lot of different looks. I like my trees to look original, not just nobody made an effort, because that's just not me. I mean, if you're one of those people, bless you. We all need everybody, different people everywhere, but I'm not. The older I get, the worse I'm getting about being fussy about my tree. When the kids were little, that was different. Your kids are little, they tend to disturb things that they can reach and break things. So I did not have this stuff, all of it. Some of it I had, but most of it I did not have when the kids were little. I started getting it when they got bigger. I had trees just like everybody else. I had raised 3 wonderful boys, and I had I had all kinds of odd things on there. And then also when my grandkids came along, I had some real odd things on the lower branches. One year I had nothing but dinosaurs down there, because that's all the further he could reach. And princesses and you name it. But I always have a kid's tree. So the kids' tree had all of those things on, and they can put whatever they so choose on that. Now that they're older too, I don't really do the kids' tree anymore, but they help me with these. My grandson Corbin helped me with this tree. It's so nice that they're getting old enough to be able to help with some of this, especially run those guys up the ladder. And in the corner here, I have 2 metal red deer. One is sitting. Let me see if I can get this out a little bit so you can see them. One's sitting, one is standing. They are metal. I think I either got them at Grandin Road or Front Gate, and I absolutely love them. They can be outdoors. I've never put them outdoors. I like them around, indoors, but they are indoor-outdoor. And then underneath I've got a red tree skirt. It's velvet, and it's got little, I don't know if you can see, crystal studs that go all the way around the outside, which looks really good, but you don't want to step on those with bare feet. I can tell you that for a fact. Here's another side of the tree. I just wanted you to see more, get a little bit more detail into it. So I'm just going to show you some of the stuff. You can see all the different variations of ornaments that I use and the florals. In the very bottom there, right there, I added some poinsettia picks that had some berries. When you have bottom branches like that, it's really nice to add something to them because you don't really want to put ornaments down there. They dangle and they hit the floor and they're very susceptible to people walking by and brushing them. So get something that's like not breakable. If that floral pick falls off, it falls off. Yeah, it's not, nothing, no problem with it, but it adds so much to the bottom branches of the tree. Here's some fun. This tree's got some whimsical items in it that I really like this squirrely, I don't know what you'd call it, pick. And everything, like I said, everything on the bottom of my tree is not breakable. The glass, which is most of my ornaments, are up a little ways. There's another whimsical pick that I've got in there. I've got candy canes. Ornaments. I especially don't want these ornaments. These are glass. I wouldn't want those to be, where somebody could brush along and knock it off. I also use good hangers. I don't use those thin wire ones to hang them on there. I use really sturdy ones, or I also can use the ribbons that are on the ornaments if I want to, because they hang onto the tree branches really well. Those glass pine cones, the red ones, I was really happy to get those. I saw those in our travels and I bought those and brought them home. And I got them a couple of years ago and I haven't used them and I just love them. You got little birds with nice little feathered tails sitting on there. The trick is with birds is sometimes, or anything at the end of the branches, they have a tendency not to stay where you put them. Some of my birds, all of a sudden I'll look at them and they've taken a nosedive and they're hanging upside down or something. That's just how it is. You just got to fix them. And I try to find a branch that'll support them. I usually do not try to mess with them too much. I just try to find a really sturdy branch that they can clip to. And if they still want to, like the spring that they're on, if it still wants them to bob and weave a little bit, then I find a branch to support them, another one they're sitting on, and then another one I kind of bend to give them a little support against their chest, or breast, I guess, in a bird, to be technically correct. There's my red reindeers. Okay. More of those picks, little glass stockings. Stars. These other picks too, they look like candy canes, but they're in a ball shape. The poinsettias are really, really pretty. They have, I can't get it any closer than that. They have some really, really nice, looks like lace kind of leaves also, and with felt leaves and the little balls in the stems. Okay, so that's kind of the right side going towards the back of my tree. There's a little bit of a close-up of those poinsettias that I was talking about. They really, really pop when you put them on the tree. And, I always tell people, because they'll ask me, what to do with a tree, or I don't have much money to make a tree look, the way I want it to look. And I tell them one of the easiest, and ornaments, the round ball ornaments, they're not very expensive. And you can, if you look at like Hobby Lobby or Michael's or one of those places, you can see that they, if you hit it right, like right now at the beginning of December, Hobby Lobby's got 60% off on their Christmas stuff. And you can go down the aisle that has all the floral picks or any kind of pick, like like these berries and the ones on top, that little those squirrely looking things. You can get all that kind of stuff, and you know it's pretty reasonable priced, especially at 60% off. And you can get a bunch of that and put it in your tree. It'll make a world of difference. You don't have to spend a ton of money on your tree. I do. I love this tree. I love my ornaments, and I bring them out. I mean, I don't put this up every year. This one, every year I kind of do a different color, but I add to it, and that's my thing. But if you don't have that kind of finances, or if you know, you're just starting out, or you have a lot of kids and don't want to do that, just get that kind of stuff. Get the picks. It'll make your tree just pop. You want to have textures coming out. You don't want the tree to have everything just in one spot, and just a bunch of ornaments hanging out. If you look here, those tree branches and stuff, those are, you know, coming out from the tree. So it gives the tree dimension. Okay, this year I did my staircase. I haven't had a second story house since we lived in Texas, in Austin, Texas, and we left there 2014. So that's the last time I had a house with 2 stories. Everything else has been a 1-story house. But anyway, I put garland. I used swags at the bottom, and on each post going up, you see a tree swag. I added a red, whoa, sorry to make you seasick there for a minute, poinsettia, a felt poinsettia to them. And then I just ran them, I put a poinsettia on the post, and I ran them all the way up the stairs. I used some poinsettias sitting on the steps also. And I wrapped them in little fairy lights, so they would have a little bit of a look to them. Okay, and they go all the way up to the top and all the way across. Like I said, I put a swag on each post just to give it a little bit more dimension, and a red flower. Again, there's the top of the tree. Okay. Again, this is the entry table, and I'm trying to get back far enough that I can kind of give you an idea of the whole room. All right, so you walk in, you're gonna see the entry table with the Santa with the trees lit up behind him and the little green lights on the table. And then your eye would go to the staircase, and you would look all the way up the staircase, and you got all the lights and everything on there. And then the tree, you would see the tree. It's quite a focal point. But that's, you know, I'm just trying to give you an idea. And then the other little tree's sitting over here in the corner, but I can't quite get around to get that shot. Well, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed my Christmas Wonderland. Every year I do different color and a different look to the trees. Next year I'll have 3 different rooms. I'm adding a 3rd room next year, so make sure you come back and keep watching my channel all year. Now, for the answer to the riddle from the Thanksgiving video, the answer was splinter. That I never got that one. I got to tell you. I mean, I tried to work that riddle before I saw the answer, and I didn't even come close. So, but if you did, please put in the comments and let me know if you got it. I mean, I just would like to know. And also in the comments, you know, feel free to give me suggestions that you might see, or if you come across or are thinking about maybe during the year. Give me enough time, but give me suggestions what you might think you might like to see. If there's a particular event you've got coming up that maybe I can work in. I pretty much have the 2023 mapped out, what I'm going to do, but I can always rearrange or or adjust if I can. I would like to be able to, you know, help you out if I can. The next video that's going to be posted here in about a week will be the New Year's Eve themed party. And then you'll have one about every 2 weeks. I plan on posting one, different themes for everything. I hope everyone has a wonderful holiday season, and see you next time.